Remember that feeling of summer break when you were a kid? The days stretched on forever, filled with sunshine and simple joys. For me, those days were spent in the countryside, a place that lives on in my memory like a warm, faded photograph. I remember waking up, not to an alarm clock, but to the gentle chirping of birds and the first rays of sun peeking through the window. The air was so fresh, carrying the scent of damp earth and blooming wildflowers. Breakfast wasn't a rushed affair. It was slow, with fresh eggs and vegetables straight from my grandma's garden. Everything tasted so much better there. The days were an adventure. We'd run barefoot through grassy fields, feeling the cool blades tickle our feet. Our mission, to find the perfect spot by the creek. The water was crystal clear, so cold it took your breath away at first, but then it was pure bliss on a hot afternoon. We'd spend hours building little dams with smooth river stones, watching tiny fish dart by and competing to see who could skip a stone the furthest. There was no schedule, no notifications, just the rhythm of nature. My afternoons were often spent under the shade of a giant old tree in the front yard. I'd lie on a woven mat, a half-eaten apple by my side, and just watch the clouds drift across the endless blue sky. They'd morph into dragons, castles, and funny faces. Sometimes a gentle breeze would rustle the leaves, creating a soft, whispering sound that was the most peaceful music I'd ever heard. Let's see, it was a kind of meditation long before I even knew what that word meant. The evenings were just as magical. As the sun began to set, it painted the sky in brilliant shades of orange and purple. The whole world seemed to glow. Fireflies would start to appear, blinking like tiny floating stars, and we'd carefully catch them in jars just to watch them light up before setting them free again. Fear would cool, and the sound of crickets would start their nightly chorus, a symphony that lulled the countryside to sleep. Dinner was a family affair around a big wooden table. The stories and laughter shared during those meals are some of my most treasured memories. After dinner, we'd sit out on the porch, gazing up at a sky blanketed with more stars than you could ever imagine seeing in the city. My grandpa would point out the constellations, telling us ancient stories about heroes and mythical creatures written in the stars. Looking back, it wasn't about big events or fancy toys. It was about the simplicity, the connection to nature, and the time spent with family. Lods, it was about feeling completely present and at peace. That countryside life taught me to appreciate the small things, the taste of a fresh tomato, the sound of rain on a tin roof, the warmth of the sun on your skin. In our busy modern lives, it's so easy to forget that kind of peace. We're always rushing, always connected, always striving for the next big thing. But maybe true happiness lies in going back to those simple roots. Maybe we all have a peaceful countryside in our memories, a place we can return to in our minds when we need to slow down and just breathe. What's your peaceful place? Share it in the comments below. Thanks for joining me on this little trip down memory lane. You've enjoyed this? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. For more stories, see you next time.